So from what I remember, I mean, obviously I've only done the normal ones, so it doesn't really... My opinion on them isn't really relevant. But from what I remember, like everything isn't really hard, but it's just awkward to, you know, like it's, you know, one of those kind of things that's unique to Izanami. You got to get used to float cancels. And so that may take some time, that may take some effort. Ah! Good lord, her jump is so floaty. Crouching. Oh, it's probably a link. Show enough. Once again, the notation. It's messing with you. I kind of figured it out, but it was still a little bit tricky. But yeah, you have to enter the 4D after you enter 214B. Otherwise, it won't work. Oh, I just sneezed right before that. And I'm still feeling the ripples afterwards. Oh, my God. I must have to hit, I guess. I just kept on mashing it. I figured if the last one was a link, maybe that one is too. It sure was. But if you just sit there mashing 236B over and over and over again, it'll eventually work. That's where the awkwardness comes in. Come into play very early. I guess not that early. Introducing Levitate 8 missions in. It's pretty late for a core mechanic of the character. Oh, is this the time freeze? Awkward. I kind of did that too quick. Let me watch that. Because that could not have been... Maybe I released... I mean, I feel like I charged the fireball the entire way. Weird. I don't know. Just weird. That's it. That was just weird. That's all I got. Easy enough. You can literally just mash that out. Like, I don't know. Let me just check that out. What did I do? Quarter, half circle. Back? No? What's the thing? Oh, that's right. No, I'm doing... So I just did 8A. That. Yeah, it hangs on to that input to levitate for quite a while, so you can definitely just input the levitate and then just start mashing whatever. I mean, provided you only need to do one button afterwards. That's your ender, you can definitely... Does not require any skill whatsoever. Just like the character. The character definitely requires skill, especially because it's one thing to do this kind of... It's kind of the same thing with Naruto, right? Which, ironically, I'm doing this while taking a break from Naruto, because I actually want to try to finish all of Naruto's, just for the flex. But, it's one thing to be able to do it semi-consistently in here, versus being able to pull it out whenever you need it in an actual match. That's a completely different story. Oh, fuck. Wait, what? There's a micro dash in there. once again, something you don't gotta worry about whatsoever. Once that fireball is coming out, don't try to link it. Don't try to do nothing special. Bash. It's a minor little roadblock. It didn't take me all that long. There's definitely... Because like I mentioned before, one of the things that I struggle the most with in all of these combos, one of the most consistent things that I struggle with, is when you have to do something, and then there's just the slightest bit of a wait period before you can do something else. Amusingly enough, it catches me up every single time I try to play Azrael again. All of his links fall under that category. Whenever I haven't played Azrael for a long time and then I try to play him again, I'll miss like 5B, 2C, like the very basic of basics of his combos because I try to do it too fast. She actually, like, everything is just instantly. You input it and then you do the next thing. You do the next thing. There's no waiting involved in any of it. So it actually makes it fairly easy, at least for me. Okay, maybe not. Now that I say that, you have to wait after the throw. Oh yeah, you do. I think I would have gotten punished for that because I think I did the cancel into the D a little bit late, but it took it. That's all that matters. What the hell? Ooh, that still had gave me time. 3C has a lot of 3C has a lot of hit stun. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, there's definitely, I wonder if they probably teach you about it in the character's tutorial itself, but she's not, like, this entire time I kind of just thought if you canceled it, however you cancel it, you get the same exact result every single time. But no, you can actually dictate it. So like if you just press up forward, see how it just kind of floats down? But if you press down plus up forward, he just whoop, goes that direction. So yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve. Okay. I was definitely expecting there to be a bit more complication involved there, but nope, you just, once again, Izanami, you just do it all. Right away. Don't wait for nothing, don't worry about anything, just do it. Oh my god. Okay. Damn, that was actually super easy. The hardest part was actually for me, because when you dash up, let me actually see if you can properly see it. Or maybe I'm just mistiming something else somewhere. But watch the dash. See how she kind of slides in just a teensy little bit towards the corner? That was actually necessary, for at least as far as I could tell. You had to do that, or the first floating 2C would whiff. You wouldn't be close enough for it. So, like, making sure I got that little bit of extra extension while not getting her 3C instead of 2C. That was the hardest part of the combo for me. Oh, God. Still didn't hit entirely correctly, but man, that one, they throw you for a loop on that. Oh, she has a lot of expert. Because, you know, I've been harping on. Just do everything as fast as possible, but then right at the end, they hit you, you do that 6A, and you gotta delay it for a bit, and I still have not quite figured out how to keep her on the right side, but thankfully that last one hit, we take those. Definitely something that I would have to work on, though. Were I to actually pick this character, should I grow despaired enough, I'll file that away in the back pocket for stuff to pick later. Okay, executive decision has been made. It's time to move on. These are combos that I may very well... They're on the list of things to potentially come back to. I just knew that part right there with the fireball, I was gonna miss that a lot. So I just decided, you know, I'm spend enough time here. What am I doing? Why can I never navigate menus? Why, like, the hardest part of all of this for me is just navigating the damn menus. That one actually looked really simple in comparison to the last one. Because the main thing, one of the main problems when it comes to these is that a lot of the harder, a lot of the more difficult execution is kind of introduced to you in smaller packages throughout hard, and so like generally you've kind of gotten a feeling for that stuff, and it makes these a lot easier than they would be if you just jumped in raw. But the problem at this point is just the sheer amount of things that you have to do and that you have to remember in order to put it all together, and that takes time. And I just think, you know, like, since I'm doing every single characters, plus now that I've done this, I need to speed run these faster than what I've been doing. But like watching an Izanami match and seeing the difference between the combos that are being used in there versus these combos, they're very different. Or I shouldn't say they're very different, but the differences in the combos are very obvious, and I'm not seeing between what is considered, you know, like the combos that you should be doing in order to get better OP, better screen positioning, whatever, are different enough that these aren't necessarily beneficial for somebody looking. That's a bad way to put it, because anything that makes you practice a character is beneficial, and as long as you don't walk away from these like, okay, these are the combos that I need to be doing, right? Like almost always, that gives me an idea that I should do for Taken. But almost always, these combos are not perfect. And quite often, they're far from perfect. But they're still good. They're still going to introduce concepts to you that you're going to use. But, yeah. All that just to say, once you get to this point, the amount of stuff that you have to do forces you to develop at least a certain degree of muscle memory, which obviously that takes time, that takes effort, and it's nowhere near as beneficial to spend that amount of time as it is to, you know, kind of just work earlier on the kind of things where it does more test your execution more so than your memory, you know? Anyway, that is Izanami. Like I said, we may very well return here. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.